No, I did just have a breakup a little while ago. It's okay, he liked MMA. But you know when you have a breakup, everything becomes like a breakup song or like a breakup shampoo. I was in the shower using Pantene Repair and Shine. And on the bottle it said, repairs damage of up to 6 months in one use. And I was like, yeah, right, Pantene. The only thing that can repair the damage of the last 6 months in one use is a coat hanger and a Kesha album. Thank you so much. Now, rude dudes are out, cozy guys are in. Rude dudes are out, cozy guys are in. 'Cause I'm a little cozy sweetie. And I need a cozy, kind man with large, rough hands who gives me back scratchies for days. Back scratchies till my back looks like it got a chemical peel. I just want to sit in the lap of this thick-thighed man and eat kettle chips till my mouth bleeds. I just want to sit in the lap of this tree-trunk-thighed man and eat chips that cause oral injury and harm. I just want to sit in the lap of this huge-bodied man while he feeds me spicy rigatoni until I see God. Until I see the ghost of my recently deceased grandma who told me to stop saying pussy on stage. No, I'm ready for my soulmate. I'm tired of running. I want to get old. I want to do old people shit. I'm tired. I'm ready for my soul. I'm ready for my soulmate. I love old people shit. I love a bench. I love to sit down. I want to do old people things like sit and eat sausages and yogurt. I hate loud music. I love radicchio. Let's die together, bitch. No, I need a kind man. I need a man so kind he makes Mr. Rogers look like the fucking Unabomber. I need a man so kind he makes Winnie the Pooh look like Cocaine Bear. I need a man so kind he makes Cliff Huxtable look like Bill Cosby. No, I trained my ex-boyfriend to tell me I'm skinny. I used a gun. It was so easy to get a gun. No, I can never be stick thin because I'm a little hungry boy. I'm a little hungry boy. I want to eat like an underweight high school football player. I want to eat like the Lost Boys in Hook when Pan comes back. I hate when people say, eat to live, don't live to eat. It's like, shut up, bitch. French fries are incredible. They're like a drug that won't make you lose your mortgage and 2 kids. Shoestring fries are bullshit, though. I hate a shoestring. You guys? Yeah, I hate them. Oh, you want to demean me? You want to degrade me? You want to humiliate me into putting a whole handful of fries into my mouth just to get the equivalent of 1 regular fry? please. I just don't think I can relate to you unless you like to unwind by blasting a rotisserie chicken over a trash can. That's sort of how I like to take a load off. I like to hunch over in private and do my little chicken shoveling raccoon private soothing in private. But I sort of just live in fear of somebody rolling up on me while I'm doing my private soothing. Because I could just do something drastic that I can't take back. I would rather a man look directly into my butthole than catch me eating a rotisserie chicken in private. I would rather piss my gray sweatpants in front of my entire high school again.
I love being a mom, I do. I'm a pretty good mom because the first decision that I had to make for my daughter, it was the right decision. My daughter, her due date was 9/11, and honestly, I was just like any other day, like literally any other day. She has a lot on her plate. She already has 2 moms. We don't need to give her a September 11th birthday. So I went in there and I told the doctor, I was like, hey, can we either like speed this up or really slow it down? And he was all for it in a way where I was like, this seems wrong. He's like, yeah, let's do this. He gave me all the drugs, I pushed so hard, I broke my body. I had so many stitches, couldn't walk for 6 weeks after. And my daughter was born at 11:45 p.m. on September 10th. Yeah, thank you. So, obviously 9/11 we will never forget, but unfortunately 9/10 is my pussy's 9/11.
I recently celebrated an anniversary. I am 1 year sober. Thank you. In early sobriety, they encourage you to be single because it's such a transformative time, which I love because I love being single. The only person who doesn't like that is my husband. Not a big fan. When you're a married woman and you quit drinking, in the beginning, everyone thinks you're pregnant. And they want you to drink to prove that you're not. So I was at my friend's wedding recently, and she was like, Brittany, you're totally pregnant. Drink this and prove that you're not. And I was like, ugh. Listen, Stacy, if I have to drink to prove it, I'm gonna fuck your dad. Get that Mai Tai out of my face unless you wanna call me mommy. I did notice that when I quit drinking, my husband started collecting expensive whiskey. Thought that was a little annoying. So I was like, babe, how come when I quit drinking, you started collecting whiskey? And he was like, I have been trying to collect it the whole time. Whoopsie. I am from Wisconsin, though. That's just what we do. We drank. You guys get it? We have t-shirts in our airport that say, drink Wisconsinably. My ex-stepmom used to decorate our house in tacky wine decor. She had a sign that said, wine is the answer, and I forgot the question. The question is, why did the neighbor boy find you naked in a ditch at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday? The question is, why is your cherry red Spider Eclipse parked in the kitchen? These are the questions. My first shot of hard liquor was Everclear. Thank you. If you don't know what that is, congratulations. You have homework. It's 190 proof grain liquor. And that being your first shot is a lot like losing your virginity to a traffic cone. Everything else is smooth sailing. My signature move when I drank was I used to send nudes the way Bed Bath & Beyond sends coupons. I'm like, if everyone in my phone gets 10, someone is bound to redeem. My grandma was like, Brittany, what on earth is this? I'm like, it's a numbers game, Grandma. Get on board.
There are three main jokes that guys will tell about their wives. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they are not. But do not kid yourself, they're the same three fucking jokes. Joke number one, once you get married, women stop having sex with you, man. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. Joke number two, once you get married, women spend all your money, man. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. Joke number three, bitches, man. Am I right? Bitches. So I have spent the last several years of my life making sure, A, is everyone getting enough? Is it all working out in the sack? Two, try to leave his money alone as much as I possibly can. It's very hard. He has a real job. And three, if I have a negative emotion, I like to stuff it. So that's never gonna backfire. But there were two jokes that the guys would tell that I never thought were real, but are totally real. And the first joke is, there's the driving joke and the listening joke, right? And so I had never had a boyfriend, so I had never driven in a car with a loved one, right? Only friends. And I promise you, if one of my friends were to ever say to me in a car, hey, you're driving too fast. Hey, you're driving too slow. Why are you so close? Why are you so far? Why are you going that way? Why wouldn't you go that way? I would say to my friend, what is happening? Why aren't you driving? Get out. Shut up. What the... But for some reason, when it's a loved one, you're like, interesting, I'll look into that. That'll be, of course. And I never thought I'd be the one to get all Bossy Magoo in his face, right? Because I'd heard the joke a million times. But before we got married, we were living together, shacking up, doing the devil's work. And we're living together 1 week, we're driving to where we both live, and I start giving him directions to where we both live. And he goes, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, that's right, your brain's attached to the rest of you. I apologize. And I was reminded in that moment that there are two jobs in a car, and that is it, right? There's this job, the driving job, and then there's this job, the sitting job. A real job, the sitting job. The entire purpose of this person, the sitting person, is to support this person, the driving person. That's it. Everyone outside of the vehicle is wrong. Assholes, morons. This person's a hero. They're gonna get you home safe. Had to remind myself of that. And then the second one was the listening joke. When you are in a relationship for an indeterminate amount of time, there's a time when you stop hearing everything that is being said to you, and you just start agreeing to things after just it washes over you. And as you can imagine, me with the Brit, he does it all the time. But the other month, we're in the car, and he's talking to me, and I go, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. And he goes, really? And I said, what just happened? What did I just say? Turns out we were discussing something sexual. And he said, so you would wear a costume in bed? And I was like, what kind of costume would you want me to wear in bed? And he goes, the shark? I promise you, he said shark. And here's where we have to cut him some slack, because he did not know that I would say yes. So he had to come up with something in the moment, very quickly, that was not terrifying. So, because obviously a woman could not wear a shark costume and have sex, because you can't back that ass up. Because sharks can't go backwards. I don't know if you're familiar with the movement of sharks, but if you were gonna role play an animal, know its physical limitations. Like if you want to be an elephant, you have to be on top because they can't look up. Okay, so...
He is so uptight about this kind of thing that he will not even send me any flirty texts. I try. A couple weeks ago, I texted him, "Hey there, looking pretty sexy today." He replied, "Received." With a period. I said, "What are you worried about? We're married." He said, "You're not thinking. What about this? What if we got into legal trouble and our phones got subpoenaed and our texts to one another were read aloud in open court?" I said, "Okay, if that scenario played out, we would have a lot bigger issues than a couple of eggplant emoji."
You're not even gonna believe this. Okay. I read a story, and I'm gonna read it. I just want you to, ma'am, can you just just make sure that's a real story? I didn't make this up. Okay, it's a real thing. FBI seizes over 3,000 penises during a raid at a morgue employee's home. I'm gonna say that shit again. FBI seizes over 3,000 penises during raid at morgue employee's home. It sounds like Florida, doesn't it? Yeah. But it's not, y'all. It's Houston, Texas. Yeah. Which makes you wonder why they passed a ban on abortions when somebody's clearly hoarding all the dicks. That just seems like unnecessary legislation to me. I clicked on the article because I want to give y'all the facts. And as I read the article, y'all, the article stated several times that the fella kept the penises in jars. Like that was the burning question in all of our minds. How's he keeping them fresh? What does he have, saran wrap or Ziploc bags, Tupperware? Jars. I'm gonna guess pickle jars. That's just what makes sense to me. Because as I kept reading it, I kept thinking to myself, if I were to collect some part of a man, and I think we can all tell by this haircut, that's never gonna fucking happen. But if I were to collect some part of a man, I wouldn't want your penis, I'd want your little balls. Right? You can fit a bunch of balls in a jar. Hell, that could be the game at your next birthday party. Guess how many balls is in my jar? Because I'm from the South, y'all. I know you can hear it in my voice. I'm from the South, and men in the South are very connected to their balls. It's a very important part of their life. I'll give you an example. I was talking to my brother the other day. I told him I was going to do some gigs in Hawaii. My brother says, "Hawaii? Shit, girl. I'd give my left nut for that." You've heard men say that, right? They give their left nut for that. Is that a currency somewhere? Is there someplace just accepting left nuts for goods? Because it's always their left nut. They always want to part. Y'all never want to get rid of that right nut, do you? No. And I think your nuts hear that. That's what I believe. I believe your nuts hear it. I have a little theory. I'm going to test it out. Ma'am, is this your husband? Yes, all right. So you've seen this nut. Okay. So here's my theory. Here's what I think. I think his right nut is probably swinging low, right? It's got some swagger. It's got some confidence. It knows it's not going anywhere, right? But his little left nut is like scared up in the corner, right? Because it knows if this asshole wants anything bad enough, he's just gonna clip him loose. So here's what I suggest. Later on, when y'all are having your special time, just very gently with your left hand, just go right to it, right? Just give a little bounce at first, a little bounce. And then just gently, just start to kind of pull it down, right? And let it know it's okay to come down and join his brother. Right? And later on, sir, when you're getting your nuts tugged, you remember Jen Kober did that for you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
It does feel a little weird to start over now in my 30s, but at least I know now what I like and don't like in a relationship. For example, I don't care how hot you are, I'm still never gonna eat your ass. Not a fan of the devil's chocolate. No, thank you. And I'm fair about it. I don't ask anybody to eat mine either, okay? There's no need. Women have a lot of holes down there. It's like a mini golf course. Just skip the one that's in a lagoon. Just don't even look at it. I have never wanted to do that to one of you guys. Most of you dudes have real blue-collar assholes. Not a lot of maintenance going on back there. That thing works at Lowe's. I don't trust it. It's like blindly sticking your face between two couch cushions. There's just goldfish crackers and part of a broken Christmas ornament. It's a choking hazard, frankly. I'm not gonna swallow a paperclip so you can come a new way. And that is the joke I wrote next to Wendell on the plane. Now you know. And I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I didn't even hear about eating ass until later on in life. And when I did, I was like, why is that even on the menu? Because as women, you want to seem like you're like cool and dirty and down for anything, but it's poop. Like, that's not even the same universe of things that turn me on, right? Like, that's like going to Disneyland and one of the rides is beekeeping. You're like, what? That sounds terrible and dangerous. Like, I don't understand how the people who are eating ass all the time aren't getting violently ill. I have been washing my produce for 32 years to avoid E. coli. But I'm supposed to take my mouth and go straight to the source? Just drink from the hose? I don't trust you dudes to wash a frying pan correctly, let alone your assholes. Not dying at 32 from Brad's butthole. Dreams and goals to accomplish.
Oh man, I used to struggle with my anxiety real bad. And I would do all the things for my anxiety, like the CBD tinctures, essential oils, meditation, breathing technique, gratitude, all the things. And then I got an emotional support animal to travel with me everywhere. We adopted him at the shelter, and he's so cute. We wanted to know what breed he was, so we did a little DNA test on him. And I haven't even done a DNA test on myself. Because I'm not trying to get framed for no murder. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen that episode, Nice Try. But I'll test my dog, because he's not living a life of crime. He's fine. So we did a little DNA test. Come to find out, he is Yorkie, Maltese, Shih Tzu, Cocker Spaniel, Miniature Schnauzer, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. Hello, scholarship. His accent is all messed up. I can't understand a word he barks. I wish I could speak bark, though. Even though my dog rarely barks. Like, the only time he barks is if he sees another dog across the street and he wants to go play with it, but he's on a leash so he can't get to it, then he'll bark. But even then, it's not an aggressive bark. It's a very friendly bark. It's very like, hey! Hey! What's your name? He's a really sweet dog. I wish I could speak bark. I wish I could speak Spanish. I mean, I've been saying that for a long time, so I guess I don't wish hard enough. Otherwise, I would just learn. But I don't want to do the work. I just want to wake up one day and there'd be Spanish in my brain. You know, because like I think Spanish thoughts. They just come out English. I do. Because honestly, I forget that I don't speak Spanish. I'll see a situation happening where there's like somebody who doesn't speak English trying to talk to somebody who doesn't speak Spanish. And I'll be like, oh, let me go help. What am I gonna do? Help them guess? Come on, let's sound it out together. Paleta. I think he wants pasta. You're welcome. I don't speak Spanish, but I like to sing in Spanish. Yeah, because I'm good at memorizing lyrics. I just have no idea what I'm saying. So I sing in Spanish all the time. Este corazón que aún te adora. Like something about a heart, like a heart was involved. I like to go to the Mexican restaurants when they have the mariachis playing. And I purposely request a song that I know the lyrics to. And I'll be like, I'm gonna sing it with you. And they get excited, they're like, okay. But they always know a slightly different version than the one I know. Because like, we'll start singing together. Este corazón que aún te adora. Tarde con tarde. Take it away! I wish I could speak Spanish. I get anxiety about it. I didn't even know what anxiety was at first. Like, I thought I just had the what ifs. Like the what if questions that creep into your mind and play tricks on you. Like, oh, what if she didn't text me back because she's mad at me? What if everybody I love dies? What if Starbucks runs out of cold brew? The what ifs, all day long what ifs. And I've been like that since I was a kid. Like every day, my mom would drop me off at school and I would cry because I thought she was gonna die. Yeah, I was real sad. She'd be like, bye, have fun. I'd be like, bye, don't die, okay? And sad, my teachers had to send me to therapy. They told the therapist, they're like, okay, listen, her mom is a trigger. We think she might be beating her. I was like, what? No, how stupid. My mom's not beating me. That's my dad, that's not why I'm crying. I just didn't want her to die. Even now as an adult, if I'm driving down the highway and I see a car accident, I immediately pray for that person. Whoever's in the accident, I pray for them. And then I pray for my husband. I say, Jesus, please don't let my husband get in an accident. Please don't let my mom get in an accident. Please don't let my sister get in an accident. And then I feel guilty if I then don't name every single person that I know. So by the time I get to wherever I'm going, I'm like 15 minutes late because I had to sit in my car and finish my prayer. And then I feel bad because I left my husband's family all vulnerable, didn't even pray for them. Just skip right over, prayed for my dog. Yes, I did. Plead the blood. Hallelujah. Shabbat. Oh, y'all don't pray for your dogs? Oh, well, I hope they don't die then. The what ifs, they creep into my mind. Like, every day, my husband goes to the gym. And every day, I say the same thing. Bye, have a good workout. Don't die, okay? And then I run to the window and I watch him drive away. Like I'm a dog. That's when my husband actually leaves the house. But this is how bad it gets. Sometimes, even if we are both at home and I just haven't seen him in a while, the what ifs creep in my head. I start asking myself questions. Why haven't I seen him in a while? Maybe he slipped in the bathroom. Maybe he hurt himself in the garage with his tools. No, he don't have any tools. This is how it works. If we're both home at the same time and I haven't seen my husband in a while, he gets 3 babes before I freak out. Babe! Babe! Babe? 3 babes. If he's out and about, enjoying his life, and I text him, he has 3 minutes to reply. If I text my husband and he hasn't replied in 3 minutes, I've already imagined his death, his funeral, the outfit I wear to the funeral, the guy that I date afterwards that never measures up to him. If he's out and about, enjoying his life, I stalk him on social media. I do. I mean, technically it's not stalking because we're married. I just care as much as a stalker would. I mean, before we met, did I look him up on Facebook and was very careful to not like any of his photos from 2009? Sure. Then did I Google him and find out everything about him, realize we're perfect for each other and soulmates? Yeah. But that's not stalking, you guys. That's called dating. That's how dating works. I mean, maybe some of you are like, I don't know, it sounds like stalking to me. Well, then maybe you're right. Maybe I am a stalker. But it doesn't matter. Because as soon as he put a ring on it, I graduated from stalker to wifey. Summa cum laude, suckers! Heyo! I still do it. Like, he'll be out and about. I'll check his Instagram, see if he's posted anything yet. If he hasn't, I'm like, dang it, where is he? And that's usually when I check my Friend Finder app. Do you guys know that app? Find My Friends. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I'm about to change your life. And for those of you that do know, but your partner doesn't, about to change yours too. Find My Friends is an app that allows you to share your location with someone so they always know where you're at. So I shared my husband's location with me. So I always know. Sometimes he'll come home, I'll be like, what'd you get at the grocery store? How'd you know I was at the grocery store? You told me. You don't remember? Losing your mind. Let me give you guys a little warning, though, okay? Before you go downloading the app, having all kinds of fun. Sometimes, Find My Friends is not 100% accurate. It may lead you to conclusions. I'll tell you a little story. There was this one night. It was raining. Not really, but for theatrical effect. My husband went to the movies with some friends. He was gonna be home around 11 o'clock. Well, I fell asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m. I look over and my husband is not next to me. My first thought, oh my God, he died. It wasn't like, ooh, he's out there cheating, because that would mean, oh my God, he died. It's 2 a.m. I wake up. My husband's not next to me. I start to freak out. The what ifs, they start to roll. I pick up my phone and I call him. He doesn't answer. I text him. He doesn't reply. I check his Instagram. He didn't post anything. And then I get stuck scrolling for about 35 minutes. Went down a few rabbit holes that night. Learned a couple of good recipes. Recipes I'm never gonna try. But they make it look so easy. That's how you make Dutch apple pie cake Pop-Tart leftover bites? 12 cheese macaroni. Well, I didn't even know there was 12 cheeses. Let's see, you got cheddar, Gouda, string, whiz, queso fresco. I'm gonna have to Google the rest. And then I remember, oh my God, he died. And that is when I check my Friend Finder app. And it shows his location stopped in the middle of the freeway by our house. I thought he was in an accident. I said, oh no. Oh no, I gotta go to that location. I gotta go there right now. But I gotta brush my teeth first. This is why I had to brush my teeth first, you guys. Because if I get to that location and there are first responders there, if they have to give me bad news, my response would be something like, breath. They don't deserve that. So I start brushing my teeth, and I'm thinking all the thoughts. I knew it. It was too good to be true. I should have prayed for him that one time. I finish brushing my teeth, and I start walking downstairs, practicing my solemn thank you. Do you guys know the solemn thank you? It's very similar to the solemn I'm sorry you say at a funeral. When you're at a funeral and you want to give your condolences to someone, you say, I'm sorry, in a whisper tone like that. And that communicates to them, I'm sorry for your loss. Because if you say it at regular volume, I'm sorry. Well, that communicates I had something to do with this. So I'm walking downstairs, practicing my solemn thank you. I get downstairs, I get to the kitchen, I grab a glass of water. He used to love water. I start walking to the living room, his favorite spot, the couch, where he would watch movies and pretend like he didn't fall asleep. I get to the couch, and I'm standing there ready to mourn my husband. You could see there's a couple of pillows thrown about. There's a blanket falling off to the side. I go and I turn the light on so I could get a better look. And there he is, asleep on a couch. Find my friends lied to me. It told me my husband was dead. I already downloaded a dating app on my phone. I couldn't do the apps. I'm so glad I don't have to date anymore because, like, as soon as I got married, I lost all charm and ability to flirt. Like, and I get it. Like, I'm married. I'm not supposed to be flirting. But, like, even if I'm just at the grocery store and a guy's, like, trying to be flirty with me, I get so awkward. Like, if a guy tries to flirt with me, I'm like, hi. Like, Ange, just because you're married doesn't mean you have to get ugly for strangers.
My husband's a sweet dude. Like, he's seriously, like, he's a really good guy. Like, he's obsessed with me. Ew, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm the worst. You know, I'm like, gross, stop. You know? And like, in the pandemic, it was so cute. He was like, babe, I got an idea. Like, once the pandemic's over, like, I feel like we fell in love again. I was like, gross. He's like, why don't we renew our vows? I was like, okay, first off, I'm not even pregnant this time. Stop. He's like, no, seriously, like, we should do it. We should, like, do a destination wedding. I was like, okay, I'll do it, but this time it's got to be a final destination wedding. And maybe, like, you don't come back. Sign this paperwork. One of the craziest parts of the pandemic for us, though, anyone in here do the pandemic with a roommate? Oh, okay, I'm the only one that made poor life choices? Okay, forget you guys. So yeah, my husband and I, we had a roommate, and I don't know, like, if this is the proper term, but she was trash. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of, like, millennial garbage person. Like, she was just the worst, you know what I mean? Like, she's one of those people that would eat the last of your stuff and then not replace it. What kind of animal eats the last of the Fruit Loops and then doesn't go buy more Fruit Loops? I would come home late feeling kind of peckish, you know what I mean? I get the bowl, I get the spoon, I get the milk, I get the Fruit Loops. I turn over the box. You know what that sound is? It's Fruit Loop dust. What kind of monster leaves Fruit Loop dust and doesn't have enough respect to leave a straw and a razor blade in there so I could Okay, all right. That was just a little tip check. Okay. Meet me in the bathroom, y'all. Couple Fruit Loop users in here. Yeah, she's a monster. And she's like one of those people that doesn't speak English. And not like I don't mind other languages, but she speaks hashtag. What? Hashtag good morning. Hashtag blast. I'm like, hashtag bitch die in a fire. That's trending in my kitchen right now. She loves selfies. Let's take a selfie. Wanna take a selfie? And she's always sending her selfies to me like I haven't seen her. You know what I mean? One day I'm out and I'm like, you know, at a show or whatever, and my phone buzzes. I'm like, ooh, who's that? And I open it up. It's a selfie of her and my husband snuggled on my sofa, watching the TV I got for my birthday, cuddled up under the blanket my dead grandmother made me. Yeah, and she captions it, hashtag movie night. That's how many E's she put in a word that doesn't have an E in it. I sent her back a hashtag. You guys should follow it. It's super easy to remember. You don't need to write it down. I sent it a hashtag so she could, like, understand it. And it was a hashtag, bitch, I don't think you know how black women work. I'm gonna fuck you up when I get home. I play a lot, but I don't play about my husband, whore. You see that spear in my closet? Wakanda forever. The one thing we did right, I will civil rights march on you. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. That was the hashtag. Very easy to remember. Here's the wildest thing she ever did. So one night, I'm excited to go home and get in bed because my husband's out of town. And I know how mean that sounds, but I see some couples in here, and anyone in here, if you sleep with the same person, night after night after night, you know the best gift they can give you, right? Is an argument. Ugh. About 15, 20 minutes before bedtime. Yes. Fuck you, bitch. I'm sleeping on the sofa. No, don't, please. Please don't. No. Stay. So I get home. I'm excited. I take a sexy shower. Ladies, we've all done this, you know? Just sitting on a toilet, naked, drinking wine. And when I finish crying, I get in bed, she's in my bed, asleep, wearing my vintage Guns N' Roses t-shirt. I was like, welcome to the jungle. What are you doing right now? Get out of my room. Now here's where I'm gonna lose everybody, I'm pretty sure. And this is not a joke, this is real life. She's never paid rent. Okay, gasp at your mother, not me, okay? Seriously, she's never paid rent, and like in the pandemic, dug her heels in, you know what I mean? Here's the craziest part. I confront her every month, like, hey girl, where is my rent money? And she uses the same excuse every month. How do you do that? I can't go to work and be like, dude, remember like 6 months ago when my dad died? That nigga died again. Like you can't use the same excuse over and over. But she would do it. I'd be like, hey girl, where's my rent money? And she'd be like, mommy, stop telling people I'm your roommate. I'm only 12 years old. I can't help you and broke ass daddy. Like what a bitch, right? She's the worst. Herpes is not the only lifelong STD. She's a character. She's been ruining my life since she crawled out of my womb. I kid you not. For the first 3 years, I did nothing but care for her. Like, I didn't go out with friends. I didn't do anything. I was just with her nonstop. And then around age 3, my girlfriends called me up. They're like, bitch, we're going out? They're Caucasian. I don't know if that came through. And we are going to get fucked up. I was like, yes, please. So they come over, and we're drinking some Chard, right, as you do. And I say to her, I'm like, hey, pumpkin, run upstairs, go in the bathroom, get me my makeup case. And this is the first thing she ruined for me, which was my husband's penis. I know I'm gonna explain this is not an R. Kelly situation. And so we hear her going up the stairs, bing, 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 so cute, right? And then we hear a blood-curdling scream, and we hear the door slam. I had forgotten that my husband was in the shower. He's black, I'm not humble bragging, it's relevant to the story. But thank me for my cervix. And anyway, we hear her come running down the stairs. Brrr, and she comes busting into the kitchen. She's like, mommy, oh my God, you have to come quick. Something's wrong with daddy. I said, what is it? Is he dead? She's like, no, it's worse. I said, wait a minute. Is he broke? What happened? Did you see his credit score? What's going on? She said, no. I said, what? She said, daddy's naked. And I saw him from the front. I think daddy is pooping from the front. What? That is called poo-poo penis, and no thank you. I do not want that, sir. Now let's fast forward a year. Now she's 4. She's a woman of the world, and she's got questions. She's all up in my face with it, right? She's like, Mommy, where do babies come from? Crap. And I'm like, okay, go get a pen and paper. I'll draw you some diagrams. So I drew some O's, I drew some phallopes. You need that, right? I drew like 10, 12, maybe 13 shots of Hennessy, because we know how mistakes are made. And then I drew a single sperm. My husband freaks out about this. He's like, why would you draw a single sperm for a 4-year-old? I was like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Should I have pumped some lotion in my hand, smeared it on my face, and explained to her, this is what it looks like when you see it in college for the first time. Would that have been, oh, we got lots of college grads, okay. So when I finish explaining everything to her, she says to me, okay, Mommy, let me get this straight. So the mom has the eggs in her tummy. I said, yeah. And the dad has the seeds. I said, yeah. And the dad takes the seeds, puts them into the mommy's tummy. It fertilizes the egg and grows a baby. I said, nailed it. Psh, up top, let's go get some ice cream, right? She said, wait a minute. I have follow-up questions. Crap. How does the dad get the seeds into the mommy's tummy? Then she said the most horrifying sentence I've ever heard come out of a toddler's mouth. It was so terrifying, I heard it in slow motion. She said, does she swallow them? So now, ladies and gentlemen, I am in a kerfuffle. I have a very important decision that I need to make in a matter of seconds. Am I, a responsible adult, curating the mind of an impressionable child, or am I a comedian? Judging from the laughter this evening, I think we can all agree that I'm a comedian. So what I said was, no, sweetheart, does she swallow them? No, see, what we're talking about is how to make a baby. What you seem to be thinking of is how to make a husband. It's a very, very similar process. And you will have someone suckling on your teats for 18 years. I love her though. She's great. I love my daughter. She's super gay. That's probably my favorite thing about her. She's such a homo. It's so fantastic. Seriously, she came out at 10 years old. Right, that's crazy. 10 years old, she knew who she was as a human. When I was 10, I didn't even know who my father was. That's crazy. She knew who she was. I'll never forget it though. It was pretty funny. She comes in my room. She's 10 years old. She's like, Mommy, I need to talk to you. I need you to not freak out about it. I was like, dude, what is it? Are you gay? She goes, oh my God. How did you know? I said, bro, only a lesbian would be this angry at 10 years old. You have a very comfortable situation here. There's nothing for you to be this upset about. Happy Pride, by the way. This is the end of Pride Month, right? I don't technically celebrate this late in the month because I'm only bi, so I have to stop on the 15th, but happy Pride to all you full gays out there. When I think about it, I have a pretty queer family. My daughter's gay, I'm bi and non-binary, and my husband is questioning my authority all the time, and it's really taken me to the edge. It's just... It's funny because we've been together for a while, for a long time actually, and he just recently realized that I'm non-binary, right? And he's like, and the first thing he said, he goes, wait a minute, does that make me gay? I said, oh no, honey, that's not what makes you gay. And I'm actually kidding, I didn't really say that. It made me feel a little uncomfortable and a little disconcerted, a little weird. Like, how could I be with this person for so long and not realize they had these weird, deep-seated, homophobic ideologies just kind of bubbling beneath the surface? You know what I mean? Like, how weird is it for you to think that my gender identity is somehow tied to your sexuality? And so what I actually said to him, I was like, no, sir. Me being non-binary does not make you gay. It makes you, and that's a little bit different. It's a little different. I'm very proud of the fact that I think I may have made the gayest person on earth. I think my daughter is the most lesbian that's ever lesed a lesbian. No, but here's why. Hear me out. You'll go with me on this. She came to me one day and sat me and I was like, I need to ask you something. I'm like, oh my God, it sounds deep. What's up? And she's like, you're bi, right? I was like, yeah. And then she goes, so why a man? What? I was like, dude, that man is your biological father. Without him, you literally don't exist. And without missing a beat, she goes, yeah, so why a man? What a bitch. So, do you hear that though? Do you understand what she's saying? She's so gay that she is willing to snuff out her very existence just for me to be with a woman? What? That, ladies and gentlemen, is not an ally. No, that's an accomplice.